Hello guys, welcome to another video where we're going to talk about the new upcoming game, Primal Earth. And this will be an open world animal survival game. So for this video, we're going to be talking about everything that we know so far about this game. And while I'm doing that, I will be showing you some gameplay footage that the devs have posted, as well as some screenshots of the game as well. And the video will be timestamped, so if you want to know something specific, try to look in the timestamps and see if I mentioned it, but I'm going to try to cover everything. So first question is, how do you get early access to the game? So to get early access to the game, you are able to donate. You could donate as low as $5 or all the way up to $50. They have a primal donation tier, legendary tier, and a mythical tier. And with each tier giving you your own perks as well. You can get exclusive content, behind the scenes content, early game access, and much more. Best way to do this is to join their Discord, and once you join their Discord, they have a donation tier section. Once you donate, you just put in a ticket that you donated, show the proof, and then they will update your role accordingly. Early access is set to begin by the end of June, and the game is originally set to come out between July and August, but there's not an exact date yet. Another question that a lot of you guys asked in my last video that I made on this game is if this game will come out to console. Now they did say that they're going to start with only being on PC, but later in the development stages they will explore the possibility of bringing it to other platforms. So hopefully everything goes well on the PC side and they're able to actually make it for console as well, then you guys can enjoy and some of the fun. Another question was, will it be controller supported? They did say yes, but not right away. In the future it will be, but in the beginning it will not. So if you're not good with mouse and keyboard, you might want to practice, or I think you could use like some third-party software to try to make your controller compatible, which is what I'm going to try to do. But I'll make a separate video on that if I do end up figuring out a workaround to get my controller to work. Now there will be a growth system, so you start as a baby and you have to grow. As far as I know from what I've been told, there will be no questing as of right away, and you will be growing passively, kind of like the Isle. And if you die, if you're an adult and you die, you go down to a baby. Now I know you're probably asking yourself, how long will it take to grow in this game? Will you have to spend 8 hours passively growing? Or is it quicker? So they did post how long the growth will be for some of the animals. So for example, the jackal will reach adult in about 30 minutes. The cheetah and painted wolf will reach full adult within an hour and 15 minutes. The leopardess will reach adult in an hour and 30 minutes. Hyena and leopard will reach adult in 2 hours. The lioness will reach adult in 2 hours and 30 minutes. And regular lions will reach adult in 3 hours. The Nile crocodile will grow until it dies, but the bigger it gets, the slower it grows. And that is just the carnivore roster, so it's not even including the herbivores yet. So now we're going to talk about what animals will be in the game. Now most of these animals will not be available in the early access, but will be added in eventually when the full game comes out. But just so you know what to expect, we're going to go over the list. So I'm going to read you guys the herbivores and then the carnivores that will be in the game. We have a springbok gazelle, an impala, gemsbok, greater kudu, zebras, giraffes, cape buffaloes, rhinos, hippos, African elephants, ostrich, gorillas, giant eland, giant sable, antelope. And then for carnivores, you have African wild dogs, spotted hyenas, Nile crocodiles, cheetahs, leopards, and African lions. And then for omnivores, you have the warthog, with many more to come. And this is just the beginning. The amount of animals they can add in the future will be insane. Another question people wanted to know is, will there be nesting and breeding? And the answer is yes, you will be able to nest and breed. I don't know if it will be available in the early access, but when the game fully comes out, I'm assuming you will be able to breed. But in the early access, I don't know if they're actually going to allow that. If you guys know that answer for sure, let me know in the comments below. Another question is, how will the weather be in the game? Will there be separate weather events like rain, thunder, sandstorm, snow, blah, blah, blah? And the answer is yes. The current weather in the game will be either sunny, cloudy, light rain, heavy rain, storming, or dust storms. Another question is, will there be AI animals in the game roaming around? Now the answer is there will be some AI prey items for smaller predators and babies, as well as some other specific mechanics, but there won't really be any other adult AI or AI herds walking around because they want every dino you see to be a real player, so you get more of a better interaction than just people going to kill AIs all day. Now, will there be any special mechanics in the game like climbing, pouncing, tripping, dominance fights, etc.? And they did say that each creature will have a mechanic that makes it unique, and they have lots of ideas, and they're looking forward to giving each creature plenty to do in the game. As far as I know, some dinos will be able to climb trees as well, and I do know the cheetah actually has a grabbing animation where you can grab an animal and actually bite them, drain their stamina and their life. You can see in the video here a quick example of what the mechanic will look like. So every animal will have their own little ability or feature that they can do. Now, the animals that will be available for the early release gameplay would be the lioness, the zebra, the elephant, giraffe, and wildebeest. Another thing people were concerned about is the game going to be realistic when it comes to hunting others? And they did say yes, that they're wanting to make the combat system as realistic as possible and unique. And for example, herbivores will be able to headbutt, they can charge, they can lock horns with carnivores, and they will be able to grapple. And cheetahs will also be able to trip their prey. So I kind of like that they're going to make the hunting aspect of the game as realistic as they can. The only thing that I'm personally worried about is I hope the PvP doesn't just turn into one big lag fest, which leads to a next big question: how many players will be in a server at a time? Now, they did say that they're dedicated to at least bringing it up to 150, but from the start, it's going to be anywhere from 50 to 100 players per server. And obviously, as they slowly improve their servers, they'll slowly grow the limit of players in each server, allowing more people in. So in the beginning stages, just expect around 50 to 100 players. Another question is, how big is the map going to be? And they did say the map is quite large. It does take place in Africa, and their goal is to have a lot of territory room as well as multiple biomes to explore. If you guys don't know, there will be territories in this game where you and your pack can actually control a territory, and any other packs that try to wander onto it, you have to fight them for that territory. So the way the territories work is there will be zones that are able to be claimed, and you will have to mark your territory and broadcast to claim the area. Once claimed, you will have to manage and keep the efficiency high. So your job would be basically to defend your territory from those invaders, and obviously the invaders have to kill you to get your territory. And you basically fight to the death until someone is left and whoever is able to take over that territory. That's going to be an insane amount of fun. I can't wait for that. Now, will the DLC animals and maps be free? Now, they did say that any extra animals that will be added into the Africa map will be free. But when they move on to the next map, which will most likely be North America, it will not be free since it will have a whole different list of new animals and mechanics. So when they add in a North America biome, you'll basically get a whole new list of animals you can play as. But your animals from North America will not be able to interact with the other animals from the Africa map. So for example, if you have a lion in the Africa map and you have a grizzly bear on the North America map, you will not be able to actually play together like that. Unless obviously they make some modded servers later on, which they did say that they're going to allow mods in the game, and that can change it up a little bit, possibly bringing all the animals into one map. But for the official servers, no, you can't combine the animals from different maps. Another issue was, how will they stop players from all just gathering into one spot on the map, leaving the rest of the map just empty or dead? We experienced this especially in Path of Titans, where a lot of the dinos in there like to just go to one spot on the map, and then the rest of the map just looks dead. So they were wondering how they're going to change that up in this game to make the animals walk around more and not just stay in one spot. So they did say that they're going to work on trying to get people to move around more, and they're looking into things like diets and certain plant foods that the animals will need to go find in order to eat and survive, forcing them to essentially move around. They will also be having seasons that will affect the water to encourage migration. So all of that seems like pretty good efforts to get animals to move around a lot on the map and not just be in one crowded up spot. Now, when it comes to newborns, because we did say there's going to be breeding in the game, you will be able to nurse your newborns and you will be able to carry your babies as well. So once the life stages are in, predators will be able to carry their young. Baby herbivores will be born to run as they would in real life, so that they will be able to keep up with their parents from day one. They did say that eventually there's going to be birth and pregnancy when the time comes, but they're still trying to decide what they want to do exactly when it comes to giving birth. But they talked about pregnant animals gradually getting bigger bellies as the pregnancy goes on, So that would be pretty cool, especially if you're running in packs with friends. They could protect their pregnant animal, their pregnant whatever, and that just opens up a whole new world for PvP, and I love it. And a lot of animals will have scent as well, so you can use a sense ability to actually, sniff out for other animals. And the cool feature is not that big, but the little detail is wind direction would affect your sense as well. So if it's windy or if the wind's blowing in a certain direction, that can mess up your sense. And then when it comes to night vision, whether for the herbivores or carnivores, they did say that the herbivores will have the worst night vision than carnivores, but they are all still being updated to be similar to the lioness, just with different colors and ranges of view. So when the game actually comes out, we'll test out all the night vision on every animal to see how it is. They also will be adding in an ocean map in the future, and you could play as seals, whales, and even dolphins. And I think I covered a lot of things in this video. I'm sure I'm missing a few things, so if I forgot to mention anything, drop them in the comments below, or if you have any questions, ask them in the comments below, and hopefully me or someone else can help you out. But I'm definitely excited to try this game out and see if it's going to live up to the expectations. And if you guys are excited for it too, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And thank you guys so much for watching.